Welcome everybody to Joey Louis. I was gonna put out the video next week, but I'd rather put it out today. I hope y'all enjoyed the Jason 2009 video that I put out. Enjoy. Welcome everybody to Joey Louis. Today I'm gonna finally talk about Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake. Well, it's not I think it's a remake or whatever. It's a good movie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. It had me jumping, it had me on the edge of my seat, for lack of a better term. It had me, I don't know, I had fun watching this movie, I'm not gonna lie. But the only thing I don't like about it, they ruined the magic of the, you know how when the victims are running away from Jason and he just pops up out of nowhere? Yeah, they kind of ruined that magic for me, because in the movie they put tunnels underneath Camp Crystal Lake, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, how he's able to, I know he's able to dig the tunnels, but how is he able to put the lights underneath the tunnels? Dumbasses. See, that right there ruined the magic of watching Jason, because when I was little, Jason just pops out of nowhere everywhere he goes. That's the only gripe I got about this movie. That's the only bad thing about this movie for me, is that he just pops up. They just ruined the magic for me of him having all these tunnels under Camp Crystal Lake. That just ruined the movie for me. All I know is not a bad movie. I have my gripes here and there, but it's not a bad movie. Yo, but I like the part when the guy and the girl was on the boat and Jason used this bow and arrow and he shot the guy from mad deep. A headshot, no less. Damn. I get what they were trying to do with Jason in this movie. They trying to make him more like a hunter, hunting his prey. I get it. But why they had to add all the tunnels underneath Camp Crystal Lake? Why they gotta ruin that magic for me? You know, I'm just used to Jason popping up out of nowhere while they're running. And why they always do this in every movie? They only leave 1 or 2 people alive. That just ruined it for me. Because throughout this, let me show you. I'm not gonna show you no footage. I'm gonna just show you. Throughout this whole movie right here, they left one of the girls alive until 5 minutes, maybe like 20 minutes towards the end of the movie. And that was the love interest for the guy. Now, granted, the guy was trying to find his sister. I'm sorry I'm spoiling the movie, but anybody who hasn't seen it, go check it out. But the guy was trying to find his sister. And throughout this whole movie, there was this one girl. I don't know how to describe it. There was this one girl throughout the whole movie surviving the whole thing until until 20 minutes before the end. No, probably like 30 minutes before the ending. I don't know, probably around there. When they were trying to escape the tunnel. Yo, Jason put a knife through that girl's throat, man. I felt bad. That's the other gripe I got about this movie. Why they can't be like 3 people alive? They did that for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Wait, what's Part 3? Yeah, it was Part 3. They did that for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. But why they can't do it for Jason? All I know, it was a good movie. Those are the only 2 problems I have. No third survivor. They ruined the magic of Jason appearing out of nowhere, showing the tunnels. Man, we didn't need to see the tunnels. That's just my opinion. We didn't need to see how Jason pops up out of nowhere. We didn't need to see that. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, I like this movie. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna watch. Let me see. Probably Candyman 2 or probably Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, the 2010 movie. I don't know, it depends on what I'm feeling. All I know, Friday the 13th, the remake, I'm gonna just call it the 2009 movie because it's not really a remake for me. In the beginning, they dip and dive to the origins, but not like the original movie where the first Friday the 13th was about Jason's mom, and the rest was about Jason. That's the only gripe. That was the only those are the only problems I have in the movie. That there was no third survivor. There's always 2. Nightmare on Elm Street had 3 survivors. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Nightmare on Elm Street 5. 3 survivors. The kid from Nightmare on Elm Street 5, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. He survived that, and the main protagonist survived it, and the best friend survived it. Granted, they had to kill the father in the beginning. Sorry for the spoilers. Well, back to Jason. They have some callbacks to the original Jason. I don't know if you ever seen Jason 3D Part 3, right? Where they in this farm. There's a barn in Jason Part 3. They did a callback to that. Kudos. That's a great job. But the only thing I didn't like, the only 2 things I didn't like was the tunnels and no third survivor. That was the only thing. All in all, it was a good movie. And what's with the black guy being a stoner and a producer? Why the black guy couldn't survive? That's another thing. But I'm not the producer. I'm not the filmmaker. I'm not, Anyway, shout out to New Line Cinema for this take on Jason, because I think in 2009 they had the rights to Jason, but I wish they would have kept going. I wish they would have gave us part 2. That would have been awesome. Have a Jason trilogy under a New Line Cinema. Granted, they had Jason Go to Hell back in 1990, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 1990 when Jason goes to other people's body and take over their body. I haven't seen that movie in mad years. I think it was like a worm or something. I gotta go check that movie out. I wonder where they have it at. Probably Paramount Plus. But I don't got Paramount Plus. Oh well. Anyway, this is my thoughts on Freddy 2009. Well, folks, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. And remember, folks, always keep going. Have a nice night and God bless. I'm out.